That's Satan. You had precept? See, that's Satan. That was a demon that made her do that shit. She could have went behind the shit, but she gonna come right in front of the camera
and ring the bell.
That was a demon, man. The scripture said, "Wherever the sons of God are, there's Satan in the midst of them, man." I'm gonna finish off on this. This is Matthew 7:24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. Because if you build your house upon sand, you have no real foundation, man. All right? So that's talking about somebody in the truth that don't believe in Yahushua, all right, and that don't have the basic understandings of the scriptures, all right, that don't know Cornelius is an Israelite, that don't know salvation is only for the Israelites, that don't know that 2/3 of our people is going to be destroyed, all right. You build your house upon sand. That don't know the true name of the Most High and His Son. Your house is built on sand.
Yeah. Also, building your house on sand is like walking around with a damn New Testament Bible.
That's
or
right.
Trying to build your house upon the fucking Islam.
That's right. Yeah.
The damn Quran, which is nothing but toilet paper.
That's
or the
right.
Kabbalah or the Talmud or some shit like that. Those are sandy books, you know. This is solid rock right here, man. This breaks every last one of those books.
That's right. You said New Testament. You got some people that only believe in the New Testament or the Old Testament. The scripture said you bring out treasures old and new. Mm-hmm. So it's the New Testament and the Old Testament. Because like the elders always break down, which makes sense if you got some type of understanding. When the apostles and Yahushua was out there teaching, there was no New Testament. Right. The New Testament was being created through their works that they was doing. Yeah. So they wasn't reading the New Testament. What was their reference point? The Old Testament. When Yahushua went to the temple and he read that scripture out of Isaiah, and what did he tell them? And today this scripture is fulfilled.
No.
All right? Because it tells you he came not to destroy the laws or the prophets, but to fulfill.
That's why a good majority of the New Testament, it says as it is written.
That's right.
As it's written. We're in the Old Testament, and it says it all over the New Testament.
That's right.
I got something for y'all. Matthew 13, verse 52. Then said he unto them, therefore every scribe which is instructed unto the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasure things new and old.
Right, meaning the things new and old is the Old Testament and the New Testament. If you're gonna break something down to somebody, you got to be able to go precept upon precept. A little bit in the New Testament and a little bit in the Old Testament. Because what if you come across the scripture in the New Testament, you're trying to break it down to somebody and it says as it is written, and they ask you where is it written at, but you don't got the precept for it. You're gonna look like a fool. And it says you're supposed to be able to answer a question, you're always ready to answer a question, so to say, with all, you know, meekness, from the reason that's within you, you know?
Yeah, the hope that's in you.
Yeah, the hope that's within you. Alright, and this is why, let me get that Acts, alright?
You said 28 and
23.
Acts 28 and 23.
Come on.
And when they had appointed him a day, there came many to him in his lodging, to whom he expounded and testified the kingdom of the Most High.
Right, this is Paul, go ahead.
Persuading them concerning Yahushua, both out of the law of Moses and out of the prophets, from morning to evening.
Right, now, so if you call yourself a proclaimed believer of who the world calls Jesus Christ, that means you're supposed to be able to go through the law and the prophets to persuade people about him. Now, how you going to do that when you only believe in the New Testament and you say that the law is done away with? That's bullshit, man. That's complete bullshit. Here you got Paul, a well-known man of the Lord. When he was persuading people, what was he doing? He was going through the law, because when you go to Genesis, the 49th chapter, when it speaks about Shiloh, that's talking about Yahushua. And when you go to Isaiah, the 60th chapter, who is this that coming from Basra? That's talking about Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus Christ, you know?
That's right.
So that if you want to persuade somebody, you won't be able to go through the whole book. It's more persuasive than just using one book or one part of the Bible, so to say, you know?
And yeah, that scripture was Isaiah 63.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
This is Ecclesiasticus. It goes right with what you're saying. This is Ecclesiasticus 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients and be occupied in prophecies.
Right, the wisdom of all the ancients. What's that? That's Joshua. That's Deuteronomy. Really going all the way back to Adam in Genesis. It's talking about the prophets, the kings, the judges. Those are the ancients. The word ancient means old, you know, the old times. That's why it says, inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, you know, the search of your fathers.
That's right.
Can you read that one more time?
Okay, no problem.
In Sirach.
Oh, Sirach.
Yes, one more time.
Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High is occupied in the meditation thereof.
Right, occupied in the meditation thereof, meaning you're supposed to be constantly in this thing. When you're meditating and, you know, and you go into that trance-like spirit, you're supposed to be in a prophecy, man, holding this testimony fast to your heart and to your spirit, man, and always constantly praying that you can endure in this thing, you know, reading the stories of the prophets who have faith, or the men who have faith, you know, seeing how your fathers made it through when they called on Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah.
That's right. Will seek out the wisdom of the ancient and be occupied in the prophecies.
Right, and be occupied in the prophecies, because if you're not occupied in the prophecies, this evil that's coming is going to take you by a whirlwind, man. You got to constantly watch the news, watch foreign news, and link it up and see what prophecies are coming to pass. You know, you see, oh, okay, this prophecy came to pass. We got so much more to go through, you know. That's how you know what's coming, because the Most High, I think it's in Isaiah 41:4, I believe, he tells you that before something happens, he declares it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know what that is? That's that right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it right now.
Yeah, he says before he speaks about something, it's already written, man. Everything that's going on right now is already written. All you got to do is search the scriptures diligently. You give me that in Acts, that's 5:39. I believe that is. Search the scriptures daily, and that's what you're supposed to do. You got priests.
Well, he's getting. I'm gonna read this.
Okay,
this is Joshua 1:8.
God.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
Right.
For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
Right, God. Meaning you're going to be stable and be successful, because this is your sword. And the more you read this thing, you're sharpening your sword. You know, when you take your knife and put it against that limestone to sharpen it up, that's what you're doing when you're meditating on the scriptures. You know, and in the times to come, when your sword is sharp, man, you're going to be good to cut through this stuff that's coming, you know. Your spirit's going to be stable. You got that?
Yeah, it's Isaiah 42:9.
God.
Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Right, before they spring forth, he tells us of them. Like who the Edomites are. The whole book of Obadiah tells you who the so-called white race is, man. It prophesies about them. It tells you that they're going to be cut off by slaughter. Isaiah tells you that the people that led us into slavery, they have to get taken out by slaughter. And then that not everything's just good all of a sudden, you know? Those are prophecies that are soon to come to pass, and some of them have came to pass.
That's right.
But when you search diligently, you have to look and see which ones are coming, you know? And look for them, you know?
And that's the job of a prophet. It said before that's what the Most High does.
God.
The Most High don't come down and to talk to man. All right, he sends his word to his prophet. And the word prophesy means to speak before.
God.
So he said before, new things do I declare unto you. Who did he declare unto? To the prophets. And before they spring forth, meaning before they come to pass, all right, he tell the prophet of them, tell the prophets, and the prophets go and tell the people, all right? And the people, there's always going to be people that hear, and there's always going to be people that forbear. The ones that forbear, they're the ones that are going to see the destruction.
Yeah, they're going to get it. They're going to get it.
That's it on that.
Got it.
Yeah, like the brother was saying, the Most High speak to his prophet. This is Luke chapter 1, verse 70. And as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which has been since the world began.
Yep, and that's since the world began. He always spake through his holy prophets. And going back to Noah, Noah was a prophet, because he was only 500 years old when he started building that thing, man. And then he went in when he was, what, 600 years? 600 years old? So that means he had to be out. Him building that ark alone is prophecy, man.
Yeah.
Just him being up there hammering that thing is prophecy in itself, man. So going all the way back then, he always spoke through his holy men, you know?
That's right.
The prophets.
Going all the way back to the garden.
Yep.
When it said that they heard the voice of the Lord